Spetchley Park is one of those great houses in England. Great because it's a repository for wonderful things. And those objects within the house are imbued with stories about who owned them, why they were bought, the travels the family made, their interests, their passions.
It has a lot of lovely memories because it's wide open spaces. It is a very, very beautiful house.
The house dates from 1811. Robert Berkeley, the owner at the time, decided to create a temple to the Regency. He'd seen wonderful ruins and antiquities in the ancient world, and now in a small corner of Worcestershire, he wanted to do that for himself.
My family are great travellers, and in the days of the late 1800s and the early 1900s, when travelling around Europe, the Americas, etc., and collecting items was common, they used to go off on these long cruises and come back with all this paraphernalia from other countries.
It's so rare to go into a house, make those sorts of discoveries, because more often than not, people know what they've got. So going through the attics, catching a glimmer of gold from a harp, it felt very special. There's the best set of English mahogany 18th century armchairs I've ever seen in my career.
The lovely harpsichord that my brother and I used to thrash around on until my father caught us.
In the cellars there were things that had been put away very carefully. A mummified cat from ancient Egypt. Trunks and leather cases full of wonderful fabrics, rich silks, very old embroideries.
The first thing that fascinated me was this great silver pig. You press the tail and it rings. And indeed my children did try and persuade me to keep it. During World War II, Spetchley was requisitioned for the 9th US Air Force as a convalescent home for their pilots. And the Americans arrived and they took over the house. But they left little memento, which we've kept to this day.
The contents were carefully packed and put away in the attics and cellars, which explains the state of preservation. These things hadn't seen light and hadn't been exposed to air and the ravages of time since then. There was a cupboard, we opened the doors and we found this exquisite suite of Chinese wallpaper panels.
I remember David racing in and saying, "They've just made an amazing discovery."
The fact that it was put away has preserved the colours, lapis blue, the pinks, the reds.
And it was just a little find like that that really gets the heart racing.
The very nature of a sale like this, the fact that there are so many different sorts of things, means that it's incredibly accessible. There really is something for everyone. It's a cavalcade of wonder.
For us, it is passing on a collection to others and sharing it with them. We're losing that collection, but at least we know it is going somewhere where it will be looked after and somewhere where it will be treasured, as it has been treasured here.